Very important medical disclaimer. Information provided in this podcast is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or treatment before undertaking a new health regimen. Welcome to the Holistic Health Explained podcast. I'm your host, Shante Fox, and my guest for today's episode is licensed massage therapist Jasinta Sanchez with Yours Essentially Healing. Graduating in 2005 from the Nevada School of Massage Therapy, Jasinta has immersed herself in the art of deep tissue techniques, injury protocols, and various sports modalities and lymphatic drainage while infusing each session with a passion for holistic well-being. Jacinta is very passionate about healing trauma in women, which led her to get additional training in NLP or neuro-linguistic programming, transformational breathwork, shamanic practitioner, and certified Reiki master. Beyond her professional milestones, Jacinta's heart swells with pride at raising her daughter Zoe and instilling in her the wisdom that pursuing dreams leads to true joy and harmony. Welcome, Jacinta, and thank you for taking the time for this interview today. You and your daughter Zoe just relocated here to Arizona just in 2023, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you found Sozo shortly after that, I believe, just a few months later.
Yeah.
I remember getting a message from you. I think it was like New Year's weekend or something like that because I was on vacation. Yeah. And so you've been here rebuilding your practice after leaving a full-blown massage practice where you came. Was it Portland you came from?
It was from Portland, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're doing amazing work here in Arizona with us now. And I have had the pleasure of receiving a massage from you. And I can truly say that it's not a run-of-the-mill massage that you can get anywhere. So today I wanted to get into talking about the different types of massage therapy and how this modality of self-care can truly help people heal physically and probably even mentally, would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
But before we get into that, I want to ask you my icebreaker question. Can you please share with us a fun fact or something that not many people know about you?
Yeah, so I was thinking, and especially which goes around some new changes that I'm rebranding right now. And so my name is Jacinta Sanchez. And so my first name and my middle name have the exact same letters in them. And together they mean little flower of life.
Oh, how pretty.
So I wanted to honor my mom as she those were her two best friends' names. One was from the West Indies and one was from the Philippines. And so a lot of people are like, oh, your name's Jacinta. And I'm like, well, it's not because it was my mom's best friend name and she's from West Indies. So they pronounce it Jacinta.
Okay.
And so I have to correct a lot of people a lot. But now I really honor my name and the power behind it and like where it comes from. So when I rebranded, I didn't want to go by Jacinta for my name, but Santia, right? And because I wanted it to be a part of me. When I do my work, I've done a lot of like studying and different trainings and stuff because I feel like we need to heal mind, body, and soul all together. I think everything manifests into the physical body.
Right.
And I think more people are getting more and more aware of that, especially after COVID, when we had to just be by ourselves and face everything. So, and like a lot of people were able to like get that self-care, right? So I think the awareness is there, which is awesome, which I love.
I definitely see an uptick in people thinking about those types of things now since then and realizing that it's important that we need that self-care and take that time to, physically and mentally have that rest and
yeah, because I've noticed just throughout my career, like a lot of people think it's just physical. And when I do energy work on someone, they have an emotional release. That pain also goes away. So it's fun and interesting.
It's all connected.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for sharing your fun fact with us. I love that. That's interesting about your name. And I know that, you've been talking about your rebranding and your new name. So you used to be
I used to be yours
Yours
essentially,
essentially. Okay.
and now I'm Santia, where we elevate your wellness.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so let's get into my line of questioning for you today.
Yeah.
First off, let's just start out with, can you explain the different types of massage techniques that are out there and how massage therapy contributes to overall wellness beyond just physical relaxation?
Oh yeah. I think everyone views massage as like, oh, it's luxurious, or I'm gonna go
Mhm.
get pampered.
Right.
When you're getting like a true therapeutic massage, it's not like you're gonna feel it, right? It's not a pampering type thing. It is more, especially the modalities that I use are more like therapeutic, closer to physical therapy.
Mhm.
And that's really what massage therapy is like we are fleshing out the muscles. And so the different modalities that they're like, most people know Swedish.
Yeah.
That's kind of like your basic spa, which
Right.
is great for circulation and relaxation, which we all need. But it's really hard for me to do because the body's calling for more most of
Mhm.
the time.
Mhm.
So I specialize in deep tissue, which I incorporate a lot of different modalities such as trigger point, myofascial, PNF, and I like to use a lot of injury protocols because we're doing a lot of repetitive motion, which builds up
Mhm.
toxins, which builds up restrictions and
Oh, yeah.
restricts blood flow and oxygen. That's where a lot of times where the pain comes from. So you need to get in there and focus on fascia work, which is usually no lotion or very
Mm.
little, right?
Okay.
Because you're letting the body slowly, and that's why deep tissue is a lot slower. And we always recommend like 90 minutes for
Mhm.
deep tissue, really, because you have to allow the body to do and release. It's all about the release, right? And then I luckily went to a really great school in Vegas, and they really specialized in those modalities. So I'm really grateful for that. But I also add in a little structural integration, which is like rolfing and stuff. It's all fascia work.
Okay.
And then,
Can you maybe tell us what fascia is for people who don't know
oh
what that
yeah.
means?
So your fascia is your connective tissue that runs through your body. It's like around your muscles, kind of like brings them all together. So imagine almost like the skin on a chicken.
Mhm.
Imagine that skin like super tight. All those muscles are going to be tight. So if
Right.
you can slowly just put your tool, which would be like my fingers or thumbs or knuckles or elbows, forearms, right? My tool, and just allow it to rest on your body. And then I allow your fascia to start melting. And everything goes through the fascia, the nerves, the blood. We hold trauma in the fascia. So a lot of times people have deep tissue massages, especially around their hips and stuff. We're holding memories and trauma and everything, right? The body keeps a score.
Yeah.
Great book, by the way.
Oh,
But and so a lot of people have emotional releases, right? So like
mhm.
it really shows you like the release in a massage, not just physical, but all the other bodies too. And then you have that full transformation, which is
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
I also specialize in lymphatic massage, which is great for post-op surgeries for lipo, BBLs, tummy tucks, breast
Right.
augmentation, or any surgery really, because your lymphatic system is your waste system. So when you have
Mhm.
surgery, you have this excess fluid. We don't have a pump in our lymphatic system like our heart in our cardiovascular system. So I act as a pump. I flush that out, which helps a lot of times when after you have those surgeries, you're very swollen, which causes a
Mhm.
lot of pain. So in the first treatment, you'll feel some relief. And I always recommend at least a package of 3 to
Okay.
6.
When you're doing that type of work.
Yeah.
Right.
And you
Okay.
and you get the best results. So,
And I guess for, as far as how often people should come and get a massage is just going to vary from person to person, right? Depending on what their needs are.
well, I believe for true self-care, everyone should be getting it once a month, right? If you're an athlete or if you have some big injuries or you haven't had work in years and you have this brick wall as a back, I recommend coming. Um, I mean, if you come once a week, that's great. But if you really, it's like every 2 weeks for 2 months, and then you can come once a month for maintenance. And then, because we
It's
need
my
to do
goal. I would
that.
love to be able to get a massage once a week.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
But it is like, it's wherever you're at in your body, like, what are your priorities, right? Because coming for a massage is not going out to a dinner,
Right.
right? So when we look in our life, and sometimes that's necessary to cut back on one thing and invest in another just for your whole well-being.
Oh, yeah. Me being a hairstylist for so
Oh,
long, like that, you know, definitely became a must during, especially when I was
yeah.
really into it full time and on my feet constantly all day, every day.
Oh, you have
That
to.
was not a negotiable.
No, because then you
Yeah.
can't do your job,
Yeah.
right? So it's
Yeah.
like keeping that balance and listening to your body and what do I need, right? And oh, I know all you hairdressers. You have the same spots, blowouts. You're locking and you're doing this repetitive motion. So
Yeah.
it's built until, like, dental hygienists, their number one reason for retirement is back issues.
Mhm.
They should be getting a massage at
Yeah.
least once a month because
Right.
tattoo artists, right? People are bent over awkward. Electricians,
Mhm.
plumbers, everyone needs it.
Doing
Anyone
physical
who's
labor.
and some of
Yeah.
my worst clients are the ones who are on the computer for 8 to 12 hours a
Mhm.
day. They're just locked there,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, I love that I provide a service that help people have more of a balance and
Yeah.
pain-free life.
Have you, has the field of massage therapy evolved in the recent years from what you've noticed? Like, are there any new approaches or techniques that you're excited about?
Yeah, I actually did a class. I was an elite sports class, and the teacher was amazing. And he was teaching us some new techniques, and it was pretty much challenging my regular protocols, kind of like
Mhm.
how I start, and and he's I was like, "Oh, so I've been doing everything wrong." And he's like, "No, you've been doing things outdated." Right? And staying informed and doing the CEUs and pushing yourself to, like, continuously learn and grow is so important because things do change and we do find out, like, doing compression on the IT band, that's not good, right? You gotta pull it apart, right? You gotta bring that blood and flow and oxygen
Mhm.
in different ways. And or you're not gonna push down the sciatic nerve, you're gonna pull it apart, right? So it was really cool. I was like, because I think I'm like, "Oh, I know all these cool techniques," right? Oh, well, there's always more.
Things that, things constantly change and we, learn new things about
Mhm.
healing and the body all the time. So
All the time.
I guess that is an important thing to think about when you are looking for a massage therapist. Are they
Yeah.
staying up to date and current?
Yeah, because a lot, they just do the same thing over. I'm like, "Okay," like, I think there's different levels of massage therapists. I think
Mhm.
there's, like, I don't know, like a masseuse or whatever, right? Who's just, like, in it to, "Oh, this is a cool, easy career," or whatever. It's not, by the way. But, and then there's, like, the more massage therapists that are more, like, physical, sports, therapy and stuff, and then there's healers. And I feel like I'm a healer, and I kinda connect mind, body, and soul, as well
Yeah.
as, um, just keep up to date with
Right.
training.
Well, that kind of takes me into my next question too, about like how do you incorporate other healing techniques such as Reiki or your breath work into your practice?
So I feel like I've always been, like, a natural healer, and, so I naturally was doing energy work in my massages, and at first I wasn't trained. So I was taking in people's pain and emotions, and I'm like, "What's going on?" Right? So then that's when I really started my journey, and I did access bars and then Reiki, um, and then, lo curanderisimo, and then, like, shamanic practitioner. So then I started feeling like the energy in the body and stress and trauma that gets locked in there. So naturally, when I start, I kind of call the energy to me, connect, and and just I just turn on my intuition and I just go. Like, I don't think about when I massage. It's just kind of just works through me, like channels almost. But um, so it ignites my intuition, however anyone wants to phrase that. But it just naturally incorporates with it. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, did you feel this and da, da, da?" I'm like, "I'm just flowing," right? And they're
Mhm.
like, "How do you know exactly where to go?" And I'm like, because it calls to me, right? I can't really, it's hard to explain.
Right.
It just does incorporate.
I think that's, what makes people like you, therapists like you, different from just a, kind of cookie cutter type of
Yeah.
therapist who's just doing the same protocol on everybody's body,
Yeah.
because everybody is different and needs are different. And when you have that intuition and that kind of connection to the energy of the body,
Mm-hmm.
you know where to go. And that's, I definitely felt that myself when I was, whenever I get my massage with you, I can tell that you just know where to go,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not going to be the same every time, because every time, the
Every
body
time's
is
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you go on a 4-mile hike and, you're using your leg muscles more than, and you go do on you're training for something else, right? So like every time somebody comes, they do start noticing their body more too when you get massage.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, now this, oh, I didn't, or people are like, oh, I'm fine. I just want a relaxing massage. And I'm like, oh, yeah, well, and they're always like, I didn't even know that those muscles were sore. And I'm like, we're so out of touch with our bodies. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you say that massage therapy can help with stress management and mental health as well as just, the physical part?
Oh, definitely. Like, this is really like a time where you get to carve out 60 or 90 minutes for yourself. And with massage, I do try and coach people like in the beginning, like just settle into your body, give your body permission to release. Like, this is all about release on every level. And so, just even stopping and taking the time is huge. And with massage, like I was saying before, some of those things manifest in the physical body. So it is stress. Like I know when
Mhm.
I'm stressed out, my right shoulder locks up and then I start getting a little headache, right? Because
Right.
it holds it there.
Yeah.
Um, and then so you got to address that,
Mhm.
right? It's not just physical. And so massage, I mean, and it feels good, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
I've always like, whenever I hear somebody like, "Oh, I don't get massages. I don't like to be touched," or whatever, I'm like, "Oh, just know what you're missing out on."
yeah. And a lot of times with that, not every time, but because they don't like to be touched, it's also they're not ready to release.
Yeah,
They're not ready
makes
to
sense.
have stuff come up because and they might not know that on a conscious level, but most things are subconscious. 90% is subconscious, and we
Right.
operate in 10% consciousness. So all of our cycles and habits and all that is in that subconscious, and that subconscious is like, I'm not ready to release, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
don't bring up that stuff, right? Because it comes up,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah. So I don't know how people don't get massages. I have to get my work. I get energy work, chiro, acupuncture, and massage and facial like once a month, and
Yeah.
that's how I maintain. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any common misconceptions about massage therapy that you'd like to address today?
There's a few. But the most common one would be like there's that disrespectful aspect and dangerous aspect that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but there is that dangerous aspect of I'm sorry, but the human trafficking and sex slave industry is big in massage and just having the awareness and instead of making fun like, oh, do you do happy endings or whatever? No, I paid $12,000 for my school. I have lots of training. I have probably $60,000 on top of that on training. And this is a serious profession, very close to physical therapy. So please respect that. And then people don't seem to take our industry very serious. And maybe because I'm such a serious massage therapist and healer, I see all the benefits in it. So a lot of people joke around about massage a lot, but massage is probably one of the better modalities, especially if you're in an accident or any trauma or injury, where you can incorporate on a regular basis. That's going to give you huge effects of healing and helping those injuries. Sometimes, along with other things, chiro, PT, acu, and all that. But maybe I'm a little biased. I think it's one of the better modalities that actually make significant change and more in the long run to soft tissue. And so, yeah, that's one of my pet peeves I have to educate people on a lot, but also that it's an easy industry. Oh, you just go to school for a year or something, right? You have to have that talent and love and dedication, and especially if you're going out on your own, it is a huge market that you have to strategize on bringing different types of clientele, or just a niche, or this or that. There's so many modalities in it. So,
And I'm sure it's not like you really need to know the body, the human body. It's a
yeah.
lot of technical things that you need to know to be a good therapist, I would imagine.
Yeah, you have to know your anatomy, right?
Right.
Like the basic regular massage therapist that just go to spa and it's mainly for relaxation. I think you should always be educated and know your anatomy, but I guess it's not as needed. But if you're working in your own private practice and you're trying to do like injury massage and help people have a healing routine in their body, you got to know your anatomy to make good difference. Like I've taken so many anatomy classes, and literally you're just a body on the table, and I'm imagining, like, my intention is literally seeing those muscles, fleshing them out, doing cross fiber, in those attachments. I literally sometimes, a lot of times, just imagine I went to the cadaver lab in our school, right? So I just imagine those muscles and exactly how they lay and all that. So a lot of therapists do. They're like, "Oh, is it weird that people are, like, on your table with no clothes?" And I'm like, "No, you're just a body of muscles to us."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Part of the job. It's
Yeah.
like being a doctor, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm, like, all up in your glutes, I'm moving your brain. I'm not thinking anything else but, like, a therapeutic mindset.
Right.
Yeah. I love mine.
Yes. What advice would you give to someone who's never had a professional massage but is interested in trying for the first time?
Um, I would say, I always love, like, word of mouth recommendations. So talk to your friends and family or people who do go get massage, and there's so many different modalities. See which one your body's calling for. Like, I would really tune in and be like, "Do I want a relaxing massage? Where do I have pain that I've had for a while? Like, if I start this, like, am I open to learning about these different modalities and incorporating it into my life?" Obviously, you're gonna have an amazing experience if you go to one of these bougie spas and you have all the amenities and stuff like that. But if you're looking to add it into your life, look for therapists who have their own practice
Yeah.
and look at what they offer, and then see if that matches up with your body's needs. A lot of people are super sick and they need lymphatic massage to detox their body, and a deep tissue massage is not going to be right for them,
So I'm,
right?
I'm sure it's important to look for someone that you feel comfortable
Comfortable.
talking about, your issues with them first to really kind of hone in. Like if you
Yeah.
don't know what type of massage you need to
Yeah.
talk it out with your therapist first to make that determination.
And most therapists will should be
Mhm.
customizing their modalities, because we all have to have CEUs every 2 years. So most do get some of that training, but really, like, talk to your therapist and fill out your body and your needs. I think if you're an athlete, what muscles do you use the most?
Yeah.
And you don't have to have a deep tissue massage to have an effective, relaxing, healing massage either.
Mhm.
A lot of techniques, you are gonna fill them with a deep tissue, but also I can use 7 pounds of pressure. If I know you're sensitive and it's your first time, I'll go slower, and it won't feel like I'm putting my whole elbow in there. I'll ease into it, right?
Yeah.
So just communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's key. Make sure you're communicating, and
Yeah.
I think too a good therapist will also communicate throughout the massage and ask you, how does this pressure feel?
Yeah.
That type of thing, right?
Exactly.
I've gotten a lot of massages over the years from many different therapists, and um, I think that always stands out to me the most is when it is my first time with them
Mhm.
actually taking the time to ask me a few questions and what my goal is for the day, and then
Yeah.
communicating. Even though I don't like to talk a lot during my massage, I like to
Yeah.
relax, but just checking in every now and then to make sure I'm doing okay, and it feels like what I want it to feel like.
Yeah. Because it's
Yeah.
important. Like, of course, I like doing, like, my deep protocols and stuff, but if you're not ready for that, your body's gonna
Mhm.
tense up, and it's going to do the opposite effect. So and ultimately it's your session, it's your time. And so finding a therapist who will listen to that and honor that, and then also educate you on that too. Like, okay, we just did the first layer, and you're going to be sore, but that's normal, right? Because we just broke down that wall, and then give you a plan, and then fill it out. If you don't feel comfortable with their energy, it's okay. Like, not everyone's a match. Not everyone's a match for a different hairstylist, right? Or any industry. So just don't get one massage and be like, oh, I didn't like it, I'm never doing massage again. Just stay open-minded and listen to your body.
Everybody's different.
Everyone's different.
Definitely worth trying out a few till you get the perfect fit. Yeah.
Exactly. And then and just ask a lot of questions. Like, ask what modalities they do, what they recommend. And it's a really fun world to discover.
Definitely. Yeah. Do you have anything else you'd like to share with our audience about massage therapy or just self-care in general?
I would say if you are not getting massaged, you should start your journey on it. It's time to try. Yeah. Like, you would not even believe the transformations that I have been honored to be a part of, and like, especially with the structural work, and when someone's, especially with lymphedema too, which is a disease of lymphatic system, you can take someone's huge arm who's been like swelled up for years and help them just have better quality of life. Or someone who has back pain that nothing else helps. Well, this might help, right? If you have a crick in your neck and you're always driving and you have to turn your body, like, that's not quality of life. So look at your quality of life, and I guarantee you, even if it's just stress relief, massage is it's necessary.
Yeah. Be great if, eventually insurance would get on board with that. And
so it does, not in Arizona, but in Oregon, at least probably half of my clientele, I did take insurance. And so I was right next to the hospital. I took all the hospital's insurance. So I was, and it was amazing because people were coming once a month and not even questioning it. It was part, and they're like, I never done this. Nobody ever takes massage. And that's why it was important for me to get credentialed. But out here, it's a totally different massage world.
Arizona, what's going on?
Right? Come on. Well,
step up. We need to get this covered.
Yeah.
It is.
And it is, but I mean, let's just be honest. It's preventative health. It's preventative cancer. What's one of the major things of cancer, right? Inflammation and toxins. What's one of the biggest things massage does? Gets rid of inflammation and toxins.
Be very preventative measures.
Exactly. So I think just keeping that conversation open and the mindset open, the more people are open to it, maybe that shift will happen. So you're paying all that in insurance. I think everyone deserves at least a massage once a month.
Me too.
Tell your insurance companies.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today and helping us learn a little bit about another different holistic healing modality. Please tell our listeners how they can find you online if they're here locally in Phoenix, Arizona. If not, they can find a great therapist in their area. But if you are here locally, how can we find you?
Yeah, so I am at the lovely Sozo Healing House in Tempe, Arizona, off Elliott in between Kyrene and Rural. And then my website is Santija, SANTIJA.com. So on there, you'll see all the services that I do. I wear a lot of hats in my business, but I have my office here in Tempe. I also do in-home spa parties where we take the spa to you. We bring robes, slippers, spa decor, lavender, lemonade, and hot tea. So that is priced and designed for 6 people. And we have a girls' night in spa party, which is massage, facial, and foot treatments. Nice. We have holistic retreat to you, where it's a group session of sound healing, meditation, and then individual treatments of massage, Reiki, tarot reading. I'm bringing on IV at home and possibly Botox parties, so we can really customize them.
Yeah.
And then I also do transformational breath work. So I do workshops here at the Sozo Healing House. And I also do it online.
We'll maybe have to do
So,
another interview on that. 'Cause I'm sure that's a
yeah.
big topic. A lot of people, I'm sure, don't know what transformational breath work
Yes.
is as well.
It is very intense. It's not meditative or relaxing, but it's like 10 years therapy, 90 minutes. Awesome.
Oh,
I like that kind of stuff. But, and then I also, sell self-care products on my website. So if anyone's looking for some really great products, lymphatic products, massage tools and stuff like that, please go to my website and check those out. We have some great lifestyle products that help you bring healing into your life. And I also do NLP work and a little hypnosis, which gets to the root of the trauma, and shamanic journeys. So I do the breath work, shamanic work, like all the trauma work I do online through Zoom.
okay, so
Also.
people can be anywhere. And take part in that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if you want to know more about that, you can contact me through my website. My email is santiawellness@gmail.com.
I'll
and-
put that in the notes too, so people can see it
Awesome.
written out. So in case they
Yeah.
didn't catch the spelling of that, it'll be in the notes section.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you to our listeners today for tuning in to this episode of Holistic Health Explained. I am your host, Shantae. Be well, my friends.